What is up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube? That's right, I am Chris Smith, and the first thing I want to say is stay to the end of this video and don't be a dick. Stay to the end, watch the whole video, and then we can talk about the X-Files coming back. So that is right, ladies and gentlemen, the X-Files is back. Can you believe it? I believe that this could have been a little bit more better, but for the most part, I thought it was actually a pretty solid premiere episode for Season 10, Episode 1. So let's talk about this thing right here. We don't really need to get to the plot, so let's talk about some good things, some bad things, really. Okay, so the good things is this pretty much premiere, it gets you up to speed. Mulder's dialogue at the very beginning of his monologue, pretty much telling you about what the X-Files was, what his motivations were. I thought that was actually really good. Kept everybody up to speed, and I thought it was actually well. You may get a little bit lost for the most part, but I think they did a decent job at skimming it down to the most part. Also, it did take a little bit of a while for the two leads, Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny, to kind of get into the roles, but once they get into it, they get into it. Like when Mulder is speaking, when he's having this conversation with Mally and Scully and Spetha, whatever her name is, on the couch, and he's spitting out like this long 2-minute monologue. I was just like, yeah, okay, now David Duchovny, he's back in the role, he's in it. Nice. Also, a couple of good things, we actually get to see some things more. We didn't get to hear about aliens, we actually get to see some aliens, and the creatures design were on point. We can see a spaceship do some Independence Day style explosion thing. There was a lot of fun in this episode, and they have a lot of references to the past shows, so that may or may not be a problem for some people. You might be a little bit lost and just be like, what they just say? And that's also a negative where it's just like, they could get a little bit annoying when, because there's a doctor, or not doctor, but Spetha says to Scully, he's like, you ever been abducted? And she just kind of, I was expecting her to be like, well, what do you think? Duh. So I was just like, yeah. But yeah, a couple references did get a little bit annoying, whatnot. It touches on today's society and how today's society with like YouTube and all this whatnot, they kind of look at UFO sighting or aliens just in general as a bit of a joke. I thought that was actually real well done. The story I thought was actually real intriguing with this like conspiracy theory of a group of men. I'm not going to get into the spoilers so much because people haven't seen it, but yeah, I thought it did a pretty good job of that. Some things that I really didn't like particularly was, or this is a bit of a nitpick, but at the very beginning when he's showing all these pictures, Mulder, I was just like, how many goddamn pictures do you have, bro? It was like, shit. Also, Joel McHale. I did not like Joel McHale in this. I didn't buy him. Maybe I'm a little bitter because he did a terrible job of ruining the VGXs, and if you know what that is, if you're a gamer, you get it. But I didn't buy him as this like conspiracy theorist or whatever. It didn't work for me. Also, this is minor spoiler, he had a relationship with Scully. I didn't buy that. I didn't see any chemistry between them as a love interest of sorts, or disconnected love interest. It didn't work for me personally. But yeah, they could have gave us a little bit more, I feel like, also. That's pretty much about it. I didn't really have too many problems with this episode. Like I said, you may get a little bit lost, and the references could get a little bit over the head, and it did take just a little bit for the two leads to pretty much get into their roles again. But once they do it. I think Duchovny was more of the standout compared to Anderson. Anderson did more of an emotional thing. Also, I feel like at the very beginning, this episode especially, it made Mulder look like Hank Moody. He looked more like Hank Moody in this episode, rather than Mulder, pretty much. So suit this guy up, shave him up, and give him a goddamn haircut or something. But that's my review of the X-Files. I thought it was actually quite well. If you're a fan, this is a fan service show. Don't listen to real critics or whatever. They're giving it half off or a couple of bad ratings. This is a fan service show, and at the end of the day, a fan is the biggest critic. And if you love it, you love it. There it is. Comment, subscribe, like. Hope you subscribe. Help me out. Help me out. There it is. Signing out.